So, you guys are here to learn how you guys can use the Dragloon / Dragonstorm attack strategy at Town Hall 10. Well, this guide has got you covered. Now, this attack strategy is definitely nothing new in the entire Clash scene. Obviously, Dragloon is one of the most viable attacks, not just at Town Hall 10, but starting from Town Hall 7 and going up. That is really where it gets its roots. So 100%, this is a strategy that's viable at Town Hall 10. I would encourage that you guys try it out. Lightning spells and dragons are really strong. And we've got two different versions of it to kind of give you guys this idea. Now, this is going to come in terms of different base identification. So we're first taking a look at one version, which is Zap Quake. This is specifically using the lightning spells. Obviously, you get them maxed here at Town Hall 10, and also an earthquake, which you want to usually bring in the CC if possible. If not, it's completely fine, but usually having a max earthquake actually deals a little bit more damage, and it has a bigger radius. So it's definitely going to be something that you may want to take advantage of. But in terms of this, and if you take a look at it, the air defenses are pretty spread out. You know, how can we take advantage of this base design? Well, what we can do is we have to identify one thing, is where are the air sweepers placed? And if we take a look at them and considering where they're pointed to, they're obviously pointed over these Expo Islands here, meaning that those Expo Islands are going to be denying any sort of Lalo or Dragon attack going into it. So what we've got to do is then plan out where we're going to use our Zap Quake. Well, all the ADs are, further apart. There's no paired ADs. That's going to make it fairly difficult. So this is actually the best thing that we can do, or even this one. The only reason why I'm saying this is getting an air sweeper and also an air defense is huge in terms of this, because as long as we get one of these, which in case is going to be this one, we can send the dragons in going this way to deal with that air defense. We can already deal with this air defense with the Sui hero, and then as the Stone Slammer moves through, which we will want to be patient with our Stone Slammer, we can get rid of the air defense like that. So that there's a lot of different things, but this is definitely one of the more crucial bits of it. Having the Stone Slammer moving on the side along with the dragons as they start to move in, but then also you're able to deal with all the other air defenses. So it's usually not too difficult. Now, obviously, with this attack strategy, we want to set a funnel. So we're going to be setting it with a dragon, actually with a couple dragons on both sides, in order to make sure that we have the funnel set. Now, not only this, but we also have a Lava Hound in our army composition. The main reason why a Lava Hound is used, very similar to how you guys see it at Town Hall 10 or at in Dragbat, is that the Lava Hound's job is to tank for the loons, meaning that you will have some extra tankage before they will start targeting your dragons, specifically the air defenses. So you want to really try and protect your dragons as much as possible. So you can see a Lava Hound being used in this attack, making sure that it tanks for the loons. Even if it doesn't tank for that long, it still tanks for something. And the Lava Pups are also include into that DPS. And this strategy can still work against damage CCs like a baby dragon. You obviously can also tell that the other side, the Sui hero, actually got rid of that air defense, and now everything else is moving through. Now you may say to yourself, what's going on with the other side? Is it going to be able to get through the CC? Is it going to be able to get through all those other defenses? Of course. The heal spell and the rages are always going to be used on them. The haste that you saw is actually going to be used with the loons from the Stone Slammer. Now this is where you can be really creative with your attack. Maybe bring a dragon if you know that you're going to be really light on dragons. This could really be a really good thing, and you have a max dragon in your CC. So that's really up to you, but that's just something that I've kind of considered now when I'm using Dragbat at Town Hall 12. So there's a couple different things. Now, obviously, with this, you're bringing in the heal and the rage. You've got the rage for the dragons going in, and you have a heal spell to keep them alive. That is specifically the job of the heal spell in this case. Heal is never a bad option with a Dragloon, and this is no exception. So now let's go ahead and show you guys another example, but this time using 4 lightning spells. So let's kind of show you guys this base design right here, and this is something that was specifically used in older metas before to counter Lavaloon at Town Hall 9 and roughly at Town Hall 10. This is obviously right down here a no-fly zone area, or specifically denying any lava hounds from staying with the loons going through. Now, not only this, but we also have air sweepers pointed this way. So specifically, they are going to be covering these sides up here. Now, you may be asking to yourself, why are we going to use a Dragloon on this? Well, we can actually just use 2 lightning spells to take out 2 air defenses, and then have the Sui hero take out another air defense, and then all we have to deal with is this last air defense in there. That's all we have to do. So specifically what we want to try and do is take advantage of the air sweepers being on the furthest side and also being pointed away from our entire attack, meaning that's going to be easy to just, set a funnel right about here. So just setting the funnel here with the baby dragon or the king, and then having the other side with the queen and or just a Sui hero there. And then you just have the dragons moving through. It's going to be fairly easy to get through those compartments right there. So obviously with this attack strategy, and in terms of 4 lightning spells, you're not bringing a heal. Now this can also work against air defenses that are a little bit more spread, which I will be showing an example of in the next one. However, again, you can see that this time there's no earthquake spell, meaning that you can bring a poison to deal with the CC and a haste, either if you want it maxed or not, in that clan castle. So obviously the one thing that you're going to be bringing the most though is going to be that rage. The first initial rage will really help your dragons get into the base. So obviously with this attack is that it's really, really strong. It works on a lot of different base designs from what you've seen. So definitely this is a strategy that I would encourage that you guys really give it a try. Also, let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see a dragon base identification / base selection video. If you guys haven't seen Carbon Fin's video on base selection, I'm going to leave it a link down in the description to check one of his most recent ones out, but that's how I plan on doing that sort of video. So let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see something like that with dragon attacks, and I will bring it to you guys. It's definitely going to be a little bit fun, and it's definitely going to be something a little bit different on the channel. Now, in terms of just looking at this attack going through, we obviously have the first initial rage, which is a perfect placement there in order to have the loons and also the dragons stay in that rage. All of them stay in that rage. That is huge. You'll notice that literally most of the dragons are actually still in the base. None of them have moved on to the outside or anything. This is huge. That's exactly how you guys use dragons and taking advantage of how the base design looks. So setting the funnel, setting a narrow funnel so that then they stay in the base, that is what is really going to help you get through base designs. And dragons, they're really, really strong. And you guys have seen it with the Frozen Dragon, really strong there. Dragbat, still really strong, even after nerfs from the bats. But this strategy, Dragloon, has always been a very, very strong attack, but not until the multi-infernos really became sort of widespread again after, the single targets were a thing for a while. Then they started to come back with the lightning spells, and it just really made it a lot easier to attack with dragons. So obviously there's a lot of different things to talk about with this one, but we're going to be going over into the final example, which we're going to show you guys how you guys can use 4 lightning spells on a little bit more of an open base design. So let's go ahead and show you guys this one, and how are we going to be able to get through a base design like this. Obviously, it's a little bit more of an open base design. We can tell that the air sweepers are definitely a little bit more spread out. Not too much, but they are still a little bit more spread out than the previous one. So how do we take advantage of this? And you see the bowler, and we're actually going to talk about that a little bit later, and we'll talk about why. But the lightning spells, are going to obviously be used on trying to take out the air defenses where the dragons aren't really going to be going into very much, which is obviously right here. This is a good area. Now we are gonna be charging into this air defense here, but we will be able to take out this air defense with the Sui hero, meaning that we will be able to set the funnel here and also set the funnel here for the dragons as they move into the base and not leaving them onto the outside. Another really important thing to take a look at from this base is that if we take a look a little bit closer, we notice that there is a ground expo, meaning that there is going to be a little bit less DPS in the base. So in terms of that, that's really, really good. The more ground expos, the better this will be. In terms of this as well, is that we have the air sweepers covering this side here and also here, meaning that, you know, from our entry point, which is roughly around here, it's going to be fairly difficult. We are going to have to be pushed back by that air sweeper. That's why we also have a freeze. If you notice that the multi-inferno and the air sweeper are really close together, a freeze is just going to be the right trick. A max freeze freezes for 5.5 seconds. So obviously different than a level 6 freeze that you get at Town Hall 11. Definitely this is a really good one because it gives you 5.5 seconds worth of freeze in order to freeze up the air sweeper and also any other defenses, including an air defense if possible. If it's right next to the multi, that's a really good thing. That's a really nice thing to do. Another one is the expo or a wizard tower. Anything that's really touching that multi-inferno that's going to be a general nuisance to the dragons, then I would freeze up entirely. So definitely going to be up to you, but you know, that's sort of what I'm thinking when I would probably use this attack. Again, I never use this attack here at Town Hall 10, but definitely I would highly suggest that you guys try it out. Now let's take a look at right here. Here's the reason why I didn't mention it. This is a bowler bounce. For a lot of people who don't know, getting a bowler bounce is probably some of the best value that you can get. This is a free building. Notice that the air defense or the archer tower here, or even the cannon itself, cannot reach that. That's something that you got to really take a look at. That's base identification. You need to take a look at the radius of the defenses in order to see, can you actually bowler bounce? And notice that this bowler bounce can hit once and hit twice. Free building right there. Now, one thing is for sure, this has less HP than this does, meaning that when the bowler bounce hits this is going to stay up for longer than the air defense, meaning that this thing will go down before this does. That is great funneling, and not only that, but getting a free structure as well. That is going to actually be in a funnel guide that I plan on making in the future. Definitely, that is 100% going to be in that video. Now, in terms of this, again, dealing with the lightning spells and getting rid of the air defenses is crucial. So we've already narrowed down what we're getting, and we possibly have a chance to get all 4 air defenses, which is huge. It's huge value, and it just gives us a good chance of getting through the base design fairly quickly. Obviously, you can tell if you looked at all the times here from all of these different examples, you notice that they were pretty low times. Maybe around early to low 2 minutes. But this is a very, very strong strategy, which I would highly recommend really trying out. Now, in terms of this, we take a look, the first initial rage being able to get through a good chunk of it, keeping the dragons as they move in through the base. You notice that a Lava Hound was being used here again in order to tank for the dragons, and also the loons as they moved in. We still have the Stone Slammer, which will have more loons, or if you decide a loon or a few loons and a dragon in there. But then also dealing with the rest of the base, especially if you are going to have to deal with the multi-inferno and an air sweeper, obviously right there. Easy value from the freeze and just gets rid of the base, and it's just going to be completely done. So that is specifically how you guys use the Dragloon attack strategy here at Town Hall 10. So with that being said, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see another Dragloon video, and I will bring it to you guys. Also, let me know in the comments below if you guys did enjoy and also want to see more of this style, or if you guys want to go ahead and see a funnel or queen walk guide or even a base selection video. Let me know. Now, if you guys did enjoy, also feel free to join the Humanity Discord server. We are recruiting, so definitely feel free to click on the link in the description for their Discord server to apply. Also, feel free to go ahead and join my community Discord server, which I'll be leaving a link down in the description. And also feel free to follow me on Twitter @_CorruptYT. With that being said, that's going to do it, guys, for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Corrupt, signing out.